So today is Monday, the 8th of February, 2010, and this is the start of an interview with Mr. Matthew Lupo at the RSVP offices of Catholic Services Macomb, located at 15945 Canal Road, Clinton Township, Michigan. Mr. Lupo is 87 years old, and he was born on July 16, 1922. He currently resides at 22924 Brookdale in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. My name is Sylvia Kamensky, and I will be the interviewer, and Philip Denham will be the videographer. Mr. Lupo, could you please state for us what what branch of the services were you in?
I was in infantry.
Infantry, okay. And did you enlist, or did you?
I was drafted I was drafted in December 1942. I graduated high school in 1941.
Okay.
They sent me right down and entered infantry.
Wow.
God.
How was
I'm not
that?
saying that, it made me sick. Infantry. But never had any trouble. Went overseas. I was in the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow.
I was shot at when it turns on airplanes, shooting at us. But I made it.
When you were drafted, it was in 1942, you said?
Yeah.
So that was, let's see, we got into the war in 41, so you were there fairly
Yeah,
right on
yeah,
the right at the beginning. What was your family's reaction? What did they think when you got drafted? What did they think?
My dad says, "I can't take up my son. He's Italian."
Okay. So,
Because they drafted all the guys I knew.
oh, yeah, so, okay,
You know,
so,
because I graduated high school,
yeah,
St. Joseph in Bay City.
okay.
And they told us they don't have a school there anymore. They tore it off. Because Bay City now is a Catholic Central.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I heard that on the
Yeah,
TV
they
the other
tore the
day.
school down. I went to my sister's died recently. She was 90. And I went to St. Joseph's Church. And I looked over and I said, the school ain't there anymore. They tore it down. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens
Before
with a
mine,
lot of school, well, it happened in the school I went to also St. Philip Neri on the east side of Detroit isn't there anymore, you know, it used to be. Tell me something about your basic training.
Well, I got enlisted. I got to Camp Claiborne, Louisiana. I got the infantry right away.
Okay.
Then we had a basic training in there. And we stayed there quite a while before we entered into the war.
Actually,
I
okay.
was surprised. I thought we'd never go there.
Okay. How was your drill instructor?
I could take it because I was young.
Oh, yeah. How old were you then?
Well, it was
19?
it was 1942 I was drafted, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you remember anything in particular about your fellow fellow soldiers? I know you said some of your friends went in about the same time that you did. Were you ever with them?
No, I was in a different outfit altogether.
Okay.
I never saw them, matter of fact, I never saw them again.
Okay. How did you get picked for the infantry, or did you volunteer, or they just told you were?
That was it. I don't know why. I thought I'd never get to the infantry because I was a welder on construction. I thought getting anything but the infantry out, I almost fell over. And it was rough, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
I had marked 5 25-mile hikes in all my time in the service.
Wow.
But I made it. It's PF Street 3 times. Because one time I came home late, back for the service. I came to the camp late, one day late. They took my stripe away. I didn't want to be an officer because I wasn't that smart.
They might have thought you were.
Yeah.
Now you said when you finished training, did you go directly into?
No, we stayed in the States, had basic training. I thought we'd never go overseas.
Okay.
Because I got drafted in 41 or 42, I think it was.
Mhm.
And we didn't go overseas until, well, I can't remember. It's been a long time. I
So-
thought we ever overseas.
Yeah, well, and when that was, what was the first country you were in? Was,
We landed in Marseille, France.
okay, all right.
Then we went up to France, got to the Battle of Belgium,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went over to beat battle. I was one of the first persons to cross Italy when the Fifth Army met the Seventh Army. I was a jeep driver. I was the first one to go across the border. His Italians were saying, oh, are you American? I couldn't talk Italian very good. But I was one of the first ones to cross the border into Italy from France.
You said you drove
I drove. I was
a Jeep?
head of the convoy.
Oh, you
'Cause-
were right up the front there.
yeah, I was up at front.
Okay.
I don't know why I was up front. Maybe because I was good looking or something. I don't know.
I would think that was true. Yeah, I think that would be it.
I got shot 3 or 4 times when Germans come away from others.
You got shot?
I know, almost. They missed me.
Oh. They, see, you were good looking, they didn't want to spoil that,
Yeah.
so they missed you on purpose. What were your living conditions like when you weren't driving? Where did you stay? What?
We stayed right. As a matter of fact, we spent most of the time in our Jeep, or we might have put a pup tent
Okay,
on the highway someplace.
okay.
But not very often. We drove for almost 24 miles, 24 hours a day,
Wow.
because we were chasing the Germans.
Okay, I see. Okay.
They were surrendering, and we chased them till we end up in Italy. And the 7th Army was coming up from Italy. We were going now south. Because I remember, I was the first Jeep to cross into Italy to make contact with the 7th Army. I got a citation for that. I damn kid tripped it up.
Oh. Do you still have those kids?
No, they're all
Or did you
married.
get rid of them?
They're all married.
They're all married, okay.
They're all married and they still live in Bay City.
Okay.
My one son lost a leg. We got an infection's leg and they cut it off at the knee.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, we watched the football game last night
Hmm.
over the house. Because he lives in Warren, and I live in Bay City, live in St. Clair Shores. He came for a big pizza and pop and everything.
So who did you root for?
I didn't root for nobody, I just wanted to go home.
No bets? No bets, whether it was the
I
Colts or
wasn't
the Saints?
mad at anybody. I wasn't mad at the Germans. They didn't hurt me. But I left school.
But you didn't make any bets on the football game last night?
I knew the Saints were going to win.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was a
Well,
good,
you know, at halftime, I was at somebody's house and it was,
it was a good game until the 3rd quarter. Till the 4th quarter, that's when the game.
yeah, because at halftime it was 10-6 favor of the
Yeah.
Colts.
then
But
the-
we did it, okay.
The
Were you-
guy intercepted a pass, ran all the way for a touchdown. That was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Those fellas make a lot of money.
Football player?
Yeah,
Yeah, when they sign for $80,000 a year.
yeah. Gee. Poor things. Anyway, back to your story. Were you involved ever in any hand-to-hand combat?
No.
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 Okay. And were there any casualties in your unit?
Oh, yeah,
Quite a
quite a
few.
few. I don't know how many there were, but I know there were casualties.
Okay.
And I get the Army, they're still, it's the 103rd Division,
Okay.
and they're still active.
Oh,
And they're thinking about, they had a reunion last year, but I didn't go. And I heard I might disband the outfit because there was many there. All the guys from my age, you
mhm.
know.
Where was the reunion going to be held?
It goes down, what the hell was it? Maybe I can't remember.
Okay, but not here.
But not here, no, they had it here once, quite a few years ago.
Okay.
I get a letter now and then from some of the guys I'm with. But recently, I've got no letters, they're probably all dead.
Were you ever aware that there were enemy prisoners taken? in the area that you were, or?
Not
No,
that I know of.
no, okay. And, did you ever take any souvenirs, or?
Oh, yeah, I got a 45 pistol,
Oh,
got a bayonet,
ah,
and I got a Nazi flag.
oh, you do?
Yeah,
Ooh,
swastika.
Wow.
I still got it.
I see your hat says, hold your hat up a minute, let's see, what does it say here?
103rd Infantry.
103rd Infantry Division, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
still
wanna
got
hold-
that Nazi flag at home.
Pardon?
I still got
Okay.
that Nazi flag at home.
Okay.
And was it a
Swastika.
German pistol like a Luger or Ruger or whatever?
I don't know what it was.
Oh, okay.
I just put it away and forgot about it.
Okay.
Or did I give it to my son? I think I gave it to my youngest son,
Okay.
because he was in business, and he said, Dad, give me your pistol, you don't need it. So I gave it to him.
Okay.
Think you could hold your hat up one more time? I don't think we got a real good shot of the.
Hold your hat.
Hold the hat so I could.
So,
103rd. I don't know how to zoom in on this camera.
It's a. Right up here. Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was made mostly of the,
If you could just like tip the cap this way so we could.
A little bit more.
Look more?
just pull the back end.
I'll tell you what,
There-
put it
there
on,
we go.
There you go.
put it on your
Perfect.
head.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
most of the guys outfit were from
There you go,
Very
perfect.
Illinois, Indiana,
Okay,
Middle East.
okay.
Okay, there we got a good picture of
That's
it.
great.
Okay,
And
good.
I got drafted, I came into Detroit, and I got drafted.
Were you able to keep in touch with your family? Like, could you get mail?
Oh, yeah,
Send mail?
I wrote letters
Yeah.
to my mother. She couldn't read English. My brothers probably read it to her.
Good.
And my sister, she was the oldest one. She died at 90.
Your mother
My sister.
or your sister?
My mother died very young. My dad was 62 when he died.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was young.
My kid was young.
Mhm.
When you said she couldn't read English, what language was her language, so to speak?
Italian. She spoke Italian. He spoke Italian to himself. They never spoke English. And I never learned Italian. I didn't want to.
So you didn't learn Italian, or you?
No,
Oh,
I
how
didn't-
did you
I didn't
communicate?
pick it up because they didn't try to learn me.
Oh,
Figured I was going to a Catholic school. I should have learned English.
oh,
Mhm.
they wanted you to learn English.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I remember I came home from discharge. I walked around the back of the house. My mother was out there. She said, "My son, Matthew, he's back home again."
Okay, all right.
And they were free as long as they live.
Were you able to get mail from your family?
Oh, yeah,
It would
yeah.
catch up with you?
Yeah, we could send letters. Well, we used stamps, put the word free on there,
Oh, okay,
because we were veterans.
okay, all right. What is that you have in your hand?
That's my discharge.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was
To hold it up
discharged.
so we
Want to
can
hold
get
it up so you can photograph?
Yeah, I'll zoom right in on that
Yeah, I was
too.
discharged in 1945.
45. So you were in for 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
Okay.
AC, got your name. Very good. Okay.
You were never taken prisoner then, were you?
No,
Okay. Um,
most rank I got was PFC,
okay.
rank to be a civilian.
Okay.
1945. Okay, we're
See it?
good. Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Is that what PFC means, praying to be a civilian?
No, no. I was
I know, I was thinking that's
I
the.
was first class 3 times. But one time I got home right from parole.
Okay.
I wanted to stay home, and Dad said, "You gotta go back, or son, you gotta go back." I went back 3 days late, they took my stripe away.
How were your officers? Were they good officers?
Yeah,
Were
they were real good. They were We had a first sergeant, he was strict. He was strict. His name was, I forgot his name. And we were all white, there was no blacks in our thing. Because at that time, there wasn't many black soldiers.
No, I know. And I can't remember the date when they finally admitted
they
it.
finally-
Yeah, it was late.
I never came across any.
Now, how did you entertain yourself when you had free time? I mean, if and when you had any free
Well, they
time.
had a USO, and they had USO, we could
They
USO.
did have USO
They did.
shows?
In
Okay.
our camp had a barracks where we had television and with our
Oh.
stuff like that.
Okay. Did you make any close friends in your unit?
Yeah, I get a letter from one guy. He lives in West Virginia, but I haven't got a letter from him in about a year or so.
Yeah.
That's the only guy that ever sent me a letter.
Wow. Did you ever call any of them? Or they call you on the
No,
phone? Or
I tried to get in contact with some, but
didn't
Couldn't do it.
connect, huh?
no.
Okay.
Because there's two guys that I wanted to see. They were living in St. Louis. They were Italian like me, but I could never contact them. They're probably dead now.
Maybe not. Maybe people just don't feel like writing or calling or something.
They
from
had a
time to
reunion
time.
last year, but I didn't go.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like going.
yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Tell me how your service ended. Were you discharged then, right?
We were
In
discharged. I'm
In-
trying to remember when.
45, did you say?
Yeah, it was 45. They just said, okay, the war's over, we don't need you guys, so they gave us a discharge.
Okay, and where were you when that happened?
I was in VTech, I can't remember what was that.
Okay, what is VTAC?
Hmm?
What is that? VTAC, you say?
Doesn't say here where was the discharge at.
Okay.
It tells you good conduct, the medals that was good conduct medal,
Oh,
and Central Europe medal,
hmm.
and Middle East, Eastern Theater Campaign with three bronze stars.
Okay.
That means anything.
Must mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, when you got out, did you celebrate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better. But
What did you do?
Everybody's in the service, so somebody to go with. All the kids I got in high school, they were gone.
Oh. So you came home and your friends and acquaintances, it was kind of scattered, huh?
Yeah, they were kind of scattered.
Yeah.
I was in Bay City in the first ward. They tore the house down now. My dad had a grocery, had a restaurant, there was a depot right across the street. And then when they tore the depot down, he bought a horse and wagon, started selling vegetables.
Oh,
Yeah,
horse and wagon?
bought a horse. I remember the wagon was like this, down the street, and a white horse. And he started hollering, Apple! I said, what are you doing, Dad? I gotta get him to come out.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a lot of peddlers.
Yeah.
There were a lot of peddlers
Oh,
in Bay
yeah.
City for a small town like that.
yeah.
And then one summer he bought me a push cart.
Oh, yeah?
He said, "You're gonna sell vegetables." I said, "Dad, I can't do that. My buddies see me."
Oh, you
But I
probably,
didn't mind going. I had money.
oh, sure.
I got all
That
through
was
the summertime.
important.
I had money in the pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they had a market in Bay City.
Mhm.
And for all the farmers come there, they all bring their products to that market, and all the vendors, because my uncle was in the fruit business too. He had a truck and he went up to the farm, sold vegetables wholesale.
Mhm. What's on the other side of your document there? It says, turn it over, what does it say? It says United States, does it?
Honorable discharge, this is certified that
Oh,
Matthew
yeah.
Junior, I was a junior.
Yeah, but,
Oh,
yeah,
we can zoom in on that too if you like.
yeah.
let's see.
I was the junior brother.
Honorable discharge, okay. I wanna get a little, back it up a little.
Should he pull it back towards himself?
I don't know if that would help or not.
Or
Because I
just
had,
hold it a little straighter?
Oh, I just wanna get your name and
because
the
I
date
had
and
three
everything.
brothers. My youngest brother was in the
Private
Navy,
first class.
and my two older brothers they were 4F.
Walter Lupo Jr., United States.
So the older brothers didn't go in?
No. They couldn't pass the physics, but they were 4F. Oh, wait a minute, where were they? Oh, my brother Jack, he got malaria, he was down in Panama. And he had malaria down there.
Yeah, okay.
They're dead now.
What about your younger brother, the one that was in the Navy?
He's still living.
He still, so he served during the war, and then
Yeah,
was he in?
He retired from Dow
Put it down.
Chemical Middle.
You can
That's
put
where-
it down now.
That's
Yeah,
where,
you
that's
can
where he
just-
worked.
When you came out of the military, did you think about going back to school, but you had graduated before you went to
Oh,
the?
yeah, graduated
Okay,
high school.
okay. And what did you do in terms of a job or what?
Well, the first job I had was St. Lawrence Brothers in Bay City. They sold peanut butter. I made peanut butter, and I sold peanut products. And then went to welding school and learned welding.
Oh, okay.
Then I got a job I can't remember. I always welded on tanks.
Oh, okay, okay. Did anything that you learned in the military help what you did, help you in your life when you came out? Anything that you may have learned or any
Well,
experience
it
you
made
had?
me look after myself only.
Became more independent?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
guy in my street, he had a window business and an awning business.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Al, how about selling your business? Yeah. So he sold it to me.
Oh.
And I was making awnings, aluminum awnings,
Mm-hmm,
and doing glass repairs, screen repair.
mm-hmm.
I had a building in Fraser, Michigan. I gave it to my son, it's still there.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a good living. I paid
Yeah.
for that building, I paid for my house.
yeah.
I was never out of work.
You said you really didn't stay active in terms of the 103rd Infantry Division. I mean, like, did they have, you did not always go to their
Yeah, I went to one reunion,
reunion?
that's been a long time.
Yeah.
I
And
I get a letter from them every day.
Do ya?
And it's talking about this bandit, because all the veterans are all dead.
Okay.
I wanted to go last year, but I didn't feel good.
Okay.
Then my daughter said, you can't travel, Dad. She takes care of me.
She does. Well, it looks like she's doing a good job.
Because my wife was a diabetic.
Okay, all right, good. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your experience in the armed services?
Well, I didn't kill nobody, but I
Okay.
chased them.
You chased them?
Yeah. And
I've got a couple of questions. So you trained in Texas, is that right?
yeah,
Okay,
Camp House, Texas.
okay.
We had
And
basic training there.
learning to
Learning to
shoot
and
and do maneuvers and
march like that.
how did you get to drive a Jeep around?
I couldn't walk.
You could,
Yeah, I had 25-mile hikers. I couldn't make it. So, you know. So I said, oh, okay, Matt, we'll give you a Jeep. Oh man, was I happy.
I bet.
Yeah.
so
Then I drove a Jeep in the States and overseas too. And
so who were you driving around? Officers?
officers.
You're driving officers?
Yeah. That was this Lieutenant, oh shit, can't remember his name. I drove a lieutenant around. I was one of the first to cross France into Italy when they made contact.
So where were you on D-Day? You weren't in France yet.
We were in Germany.
On
Oh, you mean
on D-Day. when they landed
Yeah,
in
the 6th of
Normandy?
June, when they landed
You
in
didn't,
Normandy.
you didn't take part of that?
No, I didn't. I landed in Marseille, France.
Okay, so where were you guys on the way over
Yeah,
there?
we were still on basic train.
Okay,
That's what I thought. We'd never go overseas.
okay,
Thank God. Because when I made that beachhead in France,
Mhm.
a lot of
Yeah.
guys- a lot of guys
how did they get you over to France?
to
On troop ship?
troop ship.
How was the voyage for you? Did you make it? Oh. You know, we hear that an awful lot.
We have so many soldiers on there. Kept us off company with playing cards with guys. And the ship I owned, believe it or not, was the Santa Maria.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Mm.
It was a
Troop ship.
a troop ship. Yes.
It was called the Santa Maria.
Hmm.
That's just like Columbus to come in the States.
How did you get ashore? You know, did the ship dock or?
The ship docked and they took us to cross on boats.
So the Americans, the
Yeah.
Allies had control of
They
that
had
area.
control, yeah.
It wasn't an
When we were
invasion.
there, they had control of the ship, beachhead, and they were chasing the Germans all over. They were good fighters, but they had wonderful tanks and equipment. Hitler sure was armed. He was really armed right now. But they just gave up. They
Yeah.
just gave up.
So your ship anchored like in the ocean,
You know, anchor.
and then you got in boats and went
They
ashore,
took the boat, yeah, took us
Okay.
ashore.
and all your equipment,
Yeah,
your
we
jeeps.
didn't make a beachhead. We landed at.
Yeah. Right.
We landed in Marseille, France. Can you beat that?
Yeah.
That's going to a pad. That's going to the Treacher's roller.
Yeah.
And west from France was all to south of Italy, ended up in Germany, ended up in Germany.
Now you said you were in the 5th Army.
It was the Third Army.
You were in the 3rd Army.
Yeah.
Do you know was there a general in charge?
Yeah,
of-
there was General McAuliffe. Remember the general that told the Germans nuts?
Right. What
Yeah.
was his name?
McAuliffe. He
Oh,
was our commander.
he was the one that
He
told
didn't
them
want
not.
to told the Germans, fuck you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were pinned down, and the Germans
Yeah,
told him to
yeah.
surrender, and he
Yeah.
said nuts.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the that was the newspaper version of it, I guess.
Yeah.
The for family audience
Yeah.
version of
Yeah.
what he
And
said.
he was okay. We didn't see him too often.
Now you said you were in the Battle of the Bulge
Yeah.
in a jeep. What was your job? Just
My job was to carry a big heavy machine gun on my Jeep. And an officer sitting next to me.
and somebody manning the machine gun, of course.
Yeah.
Was there a time where you were actually?
It was a water-cooled machine gun. I never shot it.
But did somebody shoot it? Was somebody back there shooting it?
Yeah, it was, that's right. It's the guy in the back. There was 3 on a Jeep. With a Jeep driver, an officer, and a guy in the back. My dog's got a Jeep. Every time I see that, it makes me cry.
Hmm. You said you were almost hit. How did that come about? I mean,
Well, the airplanes flew over.
all
And
from
they-
airplane.
Yeah, and they shot the machine gun, and I could hear both go over my head.
Wow. Oh, okay.
I was
Wow.
lucky they missed me.
But you were never shot at by ground fire.
No,
Okay.
Yes, one time was shot when the airplanes come over we were a single file crossing, chasing it. We were chasing the Germans all over.
They were running from
Yeah,
you.
they gave up. They gave up.
You were pushing them back from from the bulge where they had come through.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were pushing them back.
We pushed them back, went up in the alley.
Okay. Okay. So,
Because I remember when we crossed the border, Italian people come out, oh, Americans, 2,000 later. And I couldn't talk Italian very good.
Well, you would have really, your parents really talked Sicilian because they were from
Yeah, there's-
Sicily.
yeah.
So the northern Italians, you wouldn't have understood them anyway.
That's right, they were Sicilians.
so
And
your
they came from Palermo.
so your father and mother were both Italian?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
My mother was married twice. Her first husband died. And I don't know when my dad met my mother.
I thought that like if you were German, you wouldn't be sent to Germany.
Well, they tried to
Or
they tried to keep you into if you were Italian, you married an Italian.
Oh.
Now in Bay City there weren't too many Italians. So
No, but I mean in the service though, because you were Italian, I wouldn't think they would send you to Italy, but they did.
Yeah, I had to go with the sons.
Well, being shot by an airplane must have been scary.
I heard her come over, oh,
And of course, you're the ground. You were shooting at the airplane
yeah,
as well.
the guy was in the back, he was shooting and I was hanging in the Jeep.
Hmm.
But it wasn't very long, maybe for 2 or 3 minutes. And they ended up shooting the damn plane down.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you see many American planes going over?
Not too many.
Not too many, so you didn't see too much of our Air Force.
Yeah, I was mostly concerned what was on the ground.
I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Because we had to take a foxhole and stay in it. We couldn't go up and walk around.
Hmm.
They said, stay in your hole. Yes, we did.
Did you feel fortunate to get a job as a Jeep driver?
Yeah, because I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk. I was a fool. That 25-mile hike, I couldn't make it. I made the first one, but the second or third one, I couldn't make it. I can't go any further. Ah, come on, Lupo, you're faking it. You're faking it. I was faking.
We won't tell.
It's a long, 25 miles, a long time to march a full-filled pack on your back.
You must have been a good driver, otherwise they would have put you back out there.
That's how I got Jeep drivers, because I couldn't march.
Yeah, but you must have been a good
Oh,
driver.
yeah, I was a damn good driver. Yeah. Yeah, but I was lucky getting a Jeep driver.
So you were bringing the lieutenant or the officer back and forth from
Yeah.
the command center to the front lines and
Uh-huh.
running errands and
hell's
stuff
that?
like that.
What the hell was that damn officer's name? What's been so long, can't remember. He was from the south, I know that. He was from the south. I know our sergeant was in charge of Jeeps. His name was, can you beat that? His name was York. I remember that.
Jork?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was someplace in the south.
Mm.
There was more south people in the army than anything else. Here I'm from Bay City, nobody talked broken English. You go down there, hey, they talk half English, half Southern. I don't know what to talk about.
Okay, again, you said the Third Army met. What army did you meet?
The Third Army, I was in the Third Army, and the Seventh Army
Seventh Army.
was in Italy. They were coming, we met into the Brother Pass. That's when the war ended.
Okay, in Germany.
In Germany, in Italy.
And how far did you go in before the war ended? You didn't go all the way to Berlin.
No. I drove the Jeep and I spotted one of our Jeeps and I recaptured one of our Jeeps.
Mm.
That the Germans had gotten.
The Germans have got it. And meanwhile, the guys over there, they all getting medals because they crossed the border. Here I'm chasing a goddamn Jeep. They gave me a citation, my son ripped it up, down damn it. So I can tell you what's they don't believe me. You're lying, Grandpa.
I think you could probably get another one, I bet you.
I don't know, I forget the officer's name. It's been so long ago, you know.
Oh.
See, war ended in what, 1940?
I think you could call the Veterans Administration, they'll get a copy of your military records and that would
Sure.
have it all on there.
I could probably do it, but piss on it.
Oh. The kids might appreciate.
I gave my 3 years, that was enough. I didn't want to go into the infantry anyway, I wanted to be a quartermaster or something like that.
Even as a welder, even the Army Corps of Engineers or something like
That's what I
that.
thought,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd get into the engineers or something like that. They didn't care. They were drafting everybody.
But see, that experience you had of pushing the cart around did you good because you got to drive the Jeep.
Yeah, great.
So how far into Germany did you go?
Well, we landed in Marseille, and then we flew up, and I didn't get to Germany. I got into Italy.
Okay. So you never went into Germany?
No.
Okay. And where were you? How did you find out that the war was over in Europe?
I didn't know then, but it had to be over, because we were chasing them all over.
But when did you finally get the word that the fighting was
Geez,
over?
I don't know. It's been too long ago.
And what
Then when the war ended, they shipped a whole bunch of us back to the States.
where did you
Then I got discharged, and I went back someplace. I was discharged in California. Shows you right here where it's at.
Yeah, I had zoomed in on that. It was Oakland.
Yeah, discharged in California. They sent me way out there. I don't know what they sent me out there for. And I got discharged out there, and I paid my expenses all the way to Bay City.
Oh, be darned.
and did you just show up at home, or did your parents know that you were coming?
I surprised my mother. She's in the backyard. I didn't tell her. And I went back to her and said, "My son in bed. He come home." It was gone 3 years, except when the time went on furlough. Then my youngest brother, he was in the Navy. I don't think it was the wars on that. I think it was after. He still lives in Bay City. He worked at Dow Chemical and he got discharged from there.
So was it good to get Mom's cooking again?
Made good spaghetti, I tell you right now.
How was the food when you were in the Army?
It was
Yeah.
good.
And even when you had to backpack, or you'd have to go in the field rations,
Yeah,
were they
yeah,
pretty
yeah, we-
decent, or?
Back, yeah, we carried.
Okay.
And then we had a canteen full of water all the time. That's the most important thing, the water.
Mm.
And I was in a Jeep all the time. I had marks, so I had it made.
And you didn't have to fire your weapon?
No,
Good for you.
I ain't kidding.
Lucky, yeah.
I couldn't hit anybody anyway, probably.
Somebody was looking after you.
Yeah, I was a company deal with heavy weapons, a water-cooled machine gun.
Hmm. How many men were in there?
We had 3 platoons. We had 1st platoon, 2nd platoon, and 3rd platoon. Then we had company headquarters. Probably about 300 men
300.
in each outfit.
Mm-hmm. I think we interrupted you. You're getting ready to ask something.
No, I was going to thank you for coming, but obviously we weren't through yet.
No, what I'm curious, when the war ended in Europe, weren't you afraid of going to Japan? Were you?
Yeah, yeah. But what happened, they dropped the bomb.
Right.
Because I figured I'd come back to the States. I come back to the States, I was home on furlough, and they dropped the bomb.
Oh.
I said, I'm not going to Japan, thank God. That's right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because we ended the war there, we were ready to come back to the States, get more training, and go to Japan.
Boy.
I didn't want to go there.
Oh, you were blessed.
Yeah, when I was home, they dropped the bomb. When I was in Bay City on furlough, they dropped the bomb.
Maybe that's why he was in California, is they were going to kind of stage you from.
Yeah, that got discharged out
Yeah.
there.
Were you married before you went in?
No, I met my wife after I got out of service. I was dating her sister, her younger sister. While I
Uh-oh.
was away in the army, she got a boyfriend. The
Oh,
guy come home and I went to a bar in Bay City. The wife was there. I met her, we were dancing, jitterbugging. That was it. Beautiful woman. She died. 1984 she died. She's that big. Because I went to see her. I took her to the hospital. I said, honey, I can't take care of you anymore. So I take her to the hospital. So one day I went to visit her. And she said, honey, they're gonna take, I'd come home next week. She died right in front of me. In the hospital.
That's hard. That's
Yeah.
a hard one. Yep.
Sure was. I took her there so they could save her life here. She died there. And I used to give her shots every day.
Mm.
Insulin shots. She was that big.
mm,
She was a child diabetic.
Mm.
She had it real bad.
yeah, juvenile
It was-
diabetic.
yeah.
We had 4 kids. None of our kids got diabetes now. All 4 of us still living. There's one right there. She was my first daughter. I had to get married because she was pregnant.
But she's the one that's taking care of you.
That'll be our secret.
Did your wife's sister, did she marry the guy that
She
was?
married some just bus driver in Bay City.
Oh,
Wayne
like,
Bedell. I think he died. I think he's dead now. But why she married him instead of me, I can't figure it out. Because I had a personality. I was a show business still. I did entertainment work.
You did what?
I did just show work. I worked in nightclubs.
Did you?
You know, down there. Then I couldn't find a place to work. In Detroit, there's only two or three places. So I worked at those places. So this guy on my street said, you want to buy my plumbing business? I said, yes, Al. I bought it.
So what did you do as an entertainer? Did you sing or
I told jokes.
told Joe you were a comedian?
I was a comedian. Take my wife, please.
Oh, you and Henny Youngman, yeah.
Yeah.
what, you do like vaudeville kind of stuff?
Well, I would call her Waterhouse. We worked in nightclubs. In Detroit, there wasn't too many. What I should have did is went out to Las Vegas.
Mm.
I probably would have been a star.
Did you entertain your fellow soldiers?
I tried to, yeah. I was funny. They laughed at me. Most of them were hillbillies anyway. You know? There was a lot of southern guys in the army.
Well, they probably thought you had an accent.
Yeah.
There was one guy from Detroit. What the hell was his name? I can't remember. There were 2 guys from St. Louis. A guy named Parisi and a guy named Spaghetti. Not Spaghetti, Spaghetti. They never called me or anything. This one guy still calls me. He lives out in New Jersey someplace. I get a letter now and then.
That's good.
And they had a reunion here and I didn't go. I didn't want to go.
Well,
My wife didn't want me to go anyway. Because I had meningitis.
Oh, that's not,
That's
Yeah.
that's an excused absence.
Yeah, I had meningitis, 19, I forget what year it was. I almost died.
Wow.
I still am over it. That's an awful disease, I tell you right
Yeah.
now, boy. Where I got it, I don't even know where I got it from.
and that was after the service.
That's quite a few years after the service. What year was that?
73.
See, she knows. So 1973, I got meningitis.
Hmm.
I should have been dead.
I'm glad you're not.
Huh?
I'm glad you're not.
So am I.
I bet you are.
You're too much of a character to get killed.
And then my guy lived on my street. I sold awnings part-time. And one day he said, "Want to buy my business?" I bought it.
Mhm.
The business is still there.
in Bay City.
Yeah, I had good, made a good go. I used to make lines, put them up, do glass repairs, screen repairs. So when I got 65, he gave it to my son. He still got it.
Wow.
I said, don't lose it. And he got divorced. He likes to drink quite a bit. His name is Matt, just like me.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
Not even a little wine.
Now leave your old wine. That's after a meal or something. I don't even have alcohol in my house. Do I, Sharon? Have you ever seen me drunk?
Got any grandkids?
How many have I got? 7?
8.
8? Her daughter, she's got a daughter. Yeah, I got my son. He lives in Pennsylvania. He's gonna get married. My brother's son. His name is Matt, just like me.
Good name.
Good name.
Could I ask all your children's names that you can remember? Or at least your children's names? You don't have to name all your grandchildren, it might be.
My grandchildren was, my children were Melody. She's in Hollywood. It's a TV show.
No kidding.
You had that picture, here.
He does a talk show.
Huh?
He has a talk show.
She has a talk show in LA. She was out there with her daughter. I'm gonna go out there one of these days.
She has a television talk show?
Yeah, it's a talk show. It's just a local talk show.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
talk show. What name was she going for?
It's a comedy. It's kind of a Reverend Mel.
Reverend Bell. Beautiful girl. Beautiful blonde.
And there's Michael and Matt.
And then there's Michael. Matter of fact, Michael and I watched a football game last night. When the game was over, he brought pizza over and everything. He lives in Warren, my son Matt. And my son Matt, he lives behind his shop. They had divorced. So I gave him the awning business and a building. I gave him a building, it was expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So he worked for me as a kid, so I gave it to us there. Don't lose it, don't lose it. Things are bad right now anyway. I did good, I put a lot of awnings up. I was driving, I can drive in my area. I can see a house, I put that up.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first door I knocked on, I sold it. I said, man, this is gonna be easy.
Kind of a natural born comedian salesman.
Yeah, look, I was fun in high school. In my yearbook, it says, never a dull moment. I wanted to be a comedian, but I didn't go. I should have went to Las Vegas. Instead, I moved to Detroit. There was only 2 or 3 nightclubs I could play. I played those, I was done.
You would have been, now you could have been in the casinos here.
That's right.
You could have done the shows in the casinos.
Your life would have been different by then.
Hmm?
A lot different.
You should go out to your daughter. He could be on his daughter's TV
Yeah.
show.
He could.
No, she would.
She would like
She said, Dad, can I have your joke book? Here, she's on TV, she wants my joke book.
No, don't.
That's a shame, you can't use those, they're risque.
Oh.
Oh. Give that one.
Yeah.
You haven't been watching Comedy Central lately.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
I watch TV all the time, that's all I ever do. I can't walk too good. I don't have any friends.
And you don't have a Jeep to drive.
I rode a Jeep to drive it. That's the driver's.
Yeah, I have a red Jeep, but I have a minivan today. Easier to take them around in. Well, I think they're done with you, Dad.
Hmm?
I think they're all finished.
Anything else you'd like to tell us?
That's it.
You should tell about that. You never mentioned that concentration camp you did on Remember the concentration camp you went to?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You didn't
They
mention
had,
that.
that's where they had all these Jews from concentration camp.
This was in Germany?
In Germany, they had these Jews from the concentration camp.
Do you remember the name of it?
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Dachau.
Dachau.
That's
Dachau?
Dachau, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Jewish people. Hitler didn't like Jews for some reason.
Did, were you one of the first ones to get there?
Or,
Were you one of the first Americans to get to that camp?
I was going to that camp. I drove by
Okay.
because I had a Jeep. I could drive. I'd go any place I wanted to because I had a Jeep.
And were they in the process of liberating the
Yeah,
the
it's
prisoners?
about that time because those people really suffer. I tell you right now.
But you weren't involved in taking care of them or transporting them
No.
out or anything?
Hitler was a bastard. Matter of fact, I was in Hitler's home where he was born.
Were you really?
Yeah,
You were in his home?
after quite a few years, his home was still there. And I was in there.
Oh, you went back.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's why I was still overseas. He
Oh.
said, "Here's where Hitler was born." I said, "So what?"
Yeah.
Frame house.
Yeah. This was when you were in the service?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I'm not going back there for anything. I don't need to go back there right now.
No.
I did my duty. Spent 3 years.
Did you take advantage of your GI benefits?
Yeah,
Pension.
Just the pension? You didn't take a mortgage or anything?
yeah. They mortgaged
The
my
mortgage.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
They mortgaged my house. It's all paid. It's all paid for. Got a nice house. It's a brick house. I got a big lot. I raised 4 kids there.
Hmm?
They all went to St. Clair Shore School.
Okay.
They all graduated out of Lakeshore.
Well, got any other, do you think of anything else, Phil?
What's that?
Yeah, you got any tattoos? You want to show us?
Something I wanted to tattoo. Rich guys, they get tattoos. I don't know what I want a tattoo for. I didn't want any.
You didn't want to be reminded of it, huh?
You've been reminded of, yes. Well, I just say to some of my old buddies, of course most of them are dead now, because, you know, I was 18, 19 years old when I got to service. And I'm, what, 87? They're probably all dead.
Some of them maybe.
They
Yeah.
might have another unit. If they go, I'll go.
Okay. Then you can take your DVD with you and show it off.
I think last
You got
year
any
was
jokes for us to
Texas.
finish?
Make it decent.
Yeah, take my word for it.
Okay. Well, thank you for your input. Do you have anything else you can think of? Or?
No.
Yeah, I had some good routines. I had a routine. Matter of fact, I got a copy of that home every time I look at it. It was funny. It was funny.
You used to do magic tricks, I know that.
That was a hobby, doing
At my
magic,
birthday.
magic tricks.
Really?
When I was little, when I told the kids how to did them.
My mother would say, "Son of mine up upstairs, you do magic tricks before."
That's it.
Yeah, well, basically, they tore my house down, basically.
Yeah.
They tore it down and they put some, because there was a depot across the street. York Chester had a depot right across the street. When they tore that building down, my dad bought a horse and wagon, and I got a picture of my store at home. See that picture? My 3 brothers were there. He had a good living. My dad was a hard worker.
And he was alive when you came home? Was he still alive when you came home?
He died, what year was it?
I was a baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got his thing at home. I know he was 63 years old when he died.
Well,
Yeah.
sir, thank you very much for sharing your story with us
Okay.
and for
Can I
your.
get any money?
If we had any money to give, we'd be buying more
Yeah.
supplies,
Yeah,
so,
we'll give you a tip.
but yeah, we'll give you a DVD.
I had a good routine, but when I got this awning business, I forgot about it.
You just concentrated on entertaining your family and friends,
Yeah,
huh?
okay. And I sold quite a few awnings, like you say. In Bay City, if I drive down the street, I can tell you, I put that one up, I put that one up.
Alrighty,
All right.
well, thank you very much.
Oh,
And
thanks
they're
for
still,
listening.
and they're still up too. They didn't fall
No,
down.
That's right, except the one I put in my house.
Oh, is that right?
The big back patio of my house, goddamn, they snow caved in. I still got the slab out there for no awning.
That's funny. Okay, well, I guess we'll
Okay, yep.
just
Just